and gentlemen, welcome to another MPJ new rock album review show. Do you know what? This month we have so much to celebrate, but we're going to say hi to Simon, hi to Trish, hi to William, hi to Dom, hi to Pete. All six of us. Number one, we're celebrating the fact all six are together. We haven't done that in a very, very long time. Celebrate the return after 2 months of Trish not being on our beautiful screens, our Queen of Rock. Celebrating the fact that Dom has made it 2 months here in a row. Oh my God. Celebrating the fact that Simon has arrived all the way from Japan and he listened to the albums and he voted. That's what you call goddamn fucking rock and roll. Well done. Celebrate the fact we've doubled the amount of subscribers we had because we found this really cool bit of software that can go and get us more subscribers, and that was fantastic with albums hitting or videos hitting reviews of over 1,500. Oh my God. So welcome to the show, everybody. If you're new to the show, we review all the latest rock albums, rate them out of 5, and will it get more than an average of 4, get into a Hall of Fame? Where will it end up? We've now reviewed 540 albums after we've done our 6 albums, which is pretty impressive, really. So we're going to kick off. Just to reiterate, only 5 votes will count, though. Whose vote will not count? I think a lot of them might be me this one, but we'll see. We're going to kick off with Rivers of Nihil and their album Rivers of Nihil, and this was put forward by Trish. Trish, why Rivers of Nihil, and what did you think of their album?
Okay, so I'm going to say something, and only Will is going to know the context of this. Chicken Shop Camden. Yeah. That's all I've got to say about that, and that's how it's been.
I'm sorry, you can't just say the Chicken Shop of Camden and think that I'm just going to let that slide. Let's put some... Not in a million years am I going to let the Chicken Shop of Camden slide. Explain yourself, young lady.
Oh, God damn it. The person that brought this to my attention met this band at a chicken shop in Camden.
Okay, then. Right.
End of.
Who was that?
I cannot tell. I'm keeping an anonymity.
Will, were you? Were you in a chicken shop in Camden? Okay, then. Right. Okay. A mystery it shall remain.
Okay. For me, this was a great dramatic opening track with the suborbital blues. And as we all know, I love an opening track to draw you into an album, setting the scene, and this track does just that. One thing that I will say is that for this genre of music, I was definitely not expecting a saxophone to be part of the musical instruments used on some of the tracks. But it works well, adding a new dimension to the album, whilst creating an atmosphere, whilst complementing the aggressiveness of the growl vocally and thundering drums. I really love the mysterious, hypnotic, dark melodic track Water and Time. Also, the thought-provoking and emotive lyrics on American Death. Both, for me, favourite tracks on the album. Whilst I've become a lover of aggressive metalcore genre, it must be said technical death metal, progressive death metal, really pushes my listening genre. But if it's done well and in a listenable manner that I can understand the lyrics and feel the music, I can say this album ticks all the boxes for me to be able to say that this album does all of the above. I think you must be in a certain mood to listen to this album and want some angry music in your ears to release certain emotions, and occasionally I do. This album I would go to just for this. I also must mention great artwork on the album cover. Does exactly what it needs to.
Right, well, firmly in the dark side, when we say conversion. William, what did you think? This really must be your cup of tea.
So I was introduced to this band by someone in a fish and chip shop in Dudley.
So it was you, but it was a wrong type of shop. Is that what we're saying?
No, I'm just pretty like, mate. It's been a bit of a joker.
Very good.
Right up my street. Trish cheekily introduced it to me before it came onto this month. I got a little message on the chat, being like, "Will, you need to listen to this album. It's really cool. It's right up your street." And when I eventually came around to listen to it after a few poke reminders, man, it's very cool. I'm shockingly a big death metal guy. It brings joy. I know, it's crazy. It brings me joy. It makes me happy. I like the angry, shouty. It's a really cool album. As a whole, it's got some great vocals. The backing music I think is brilliant. Water and Time, that's the one with the fun saxophone. Awesome song. American Death, love it. There's probably my two highlight tracks from the album. Yeah, this is a really cool album. I highly recommend it. The more deathly.
Right, well, somebody who we always recommend, when it comes to death metal. Dom, talk to me.
Me? Well, I think this genre is like technical death metal, isn't it? I think that's what they call themselves anyway. But so it's death metal, but they can like really play their instruments, and I mean, I love death metal. The kind of technical side of it is something I've not really listened to much, but I'm liking it. And I think that the style and their technicality really lifts what can be, sometimes quite oppressive or even just a bit samey. You can get a lot of death metal albums that are just, a noise. And it lifts it up into something that just makes it a lot more listenable, a lot more enjoyable, and kind of something you want to come back to. But the aggression is still there. There's some awesome blast beats on the drums, big chugging guitar riffs. There's some really techie soloing that's going on with the like sweep picking and all this kind of stuff. And then we get a saxophone thrown in as well. I really liked House of Light. I think that was my highlight one. There's the sax in there as well. It turns up in a few songs. And that really blends nicely, the clean and the harsh sounds. And just a really enjoyable and powerful album, I thought.
Well, somebody who's also very enjoyable. You said two nice things. My segues are leading into nice things, not horrible things. It's just not fun. Pete, all the way from Holland. Welcome again. What did you think?
Yep, I've known Rivers of Nihil, or Nihil, whatever you want to call them, for a little while. It's been a few years since I was in a coffee shop in Amsterdam smoking a J, and this was on, and got into touch with them.
Did somebody introduce you, by the way, while you were in a coffee shop in Amsterdam?
No, I was just playing. We were sitting there smoking, and it was on. Yeah.
I believe his good friend Mary Jane gave him a nice introduction.
Good old Mary Jane.
Love that girl. Where Owls Know My Name is one of the previous albums. Really love that album. The thing with this band is, though, that it's a bit of a threshold to listen to them. Is you got to get your calculator out, your graph calculator, brush up on your quantum physics, because you're going to listen to this band, and it's complex. It's something you need to sit down for and just really take it in and try to follow and just try to keep up. This album, when you put it on, like the first track, the Suborbital Blues, instantly grips you and instantly tells you, like, this is a different band, actually. They've become much more easy to listen to, much more groovy, mainstream, I would even say. But I could leave the calculator in my drawer. I didn't need my quantum physics books to listen to this album, which is great. At times it gave me a little bit of haunted house vibes, which I mean in the most positive way, because I love horror, I love haunted houses. This is like, listening to this album made me feel like being on a ride in a haunted house, which is great. Water and Time, as Will said, very rightfully, absolute banger, probably best track on the album. Album art, beautiful. Also love it that, because a self-titled album is usually the first album by a band. I love it when bands just throw that out the window, make a few albums, and then there's suddenly like, how about a self-titled album? Yeah, let's do a self-titled album. Just something different. What does pisses me off, though, and I had it with Lorna Shore's masterpiece, Pain Remains, as well, Because there's a track on there that's called Apotheosis, which means the end of something, and it's not the last track on the album. That pisses me off. This album has a song that's called The Logical End, and it's the second to last song. It's the penultimate song. That pisses me off. Yeah, it's not the logical end. So, but beyond that, brilliant album.
Now, somebody else is a bit of a horror, but Simon then, I had to latch on to something. Simon, you got it. Well, Simon, after your sojourn to Japan, what did you think of the Rivers of, is it Nihil? Nihil? There we go.
Rivers of Nihil. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really sure what else to add, actually, on top of, I mean, I mostly agree with what everyone else has been saying so far. It's fantastic. There's, you know, cute bit of a saxophone in there, and yeah, it's just really good. It's really House of Light is, like as Dom said, House of Light's my favourite track off the album. Water and Time is one that got me, because I think that's might be the first one with the saxophone, but House of Light is the one that was my favourite off. But yeah, absolutely fantastic. I don't really have any more to add that no one else has already said. So yeah,
fantastic. Okay, what did I think? Well, obviously, so far it's been pretty much a broad thumbs up. And I could sit here, as I normally would do, and say that, well, I don't like anything of this ilk in terms of metalcore. And I will continue to say that, because I am going to stand up. I will stand up for the light against this insanity of an album which growled and screamed, and there was nothing redeeming other than the saxophone. There's nothing redeeming in terms of my listening pleasure for this pile of poo. It just was rubbish for me, and I say this in all genuineness. It's my listening pleasure. I cannot. I mean, there's nothing redeeming for me to listen to in terms of clean vocal, and it annoys me because I actually do agree in terms of musicality and technical ability, in terms of like the instruments they play is outstanding, and I get highly frustrated. I can't understand a word of what they're saying, and there was nothing really in there that redeemed it other than the saxophone, which was cool. But no, not for me. I just don't get it. I really don't get how you could possibly enjoy this cacophony of rubbish sound that comes out that you can't understand a word of what they're saying. And this might be a theme this month. But luckily for you,
should we just clip that rant? Should we clip that rant and you can just apply that to the rest of the
I'm just going to repeat it.
People get really confused about the saxophone.
I'm going to repeat it. I'll just put it on loop, shall I? And it will save some time. Nah, not for me. Don't get it. Don't get it. Didn't enjoy it.
We're just going to grab your score and decide. With the five of us, we're going to decide on this.
Well, actually, as you all know, one score, only 5 counts. It's only 5 of the power of 5, which we've always done. So that 6 vote would count. And let's find out, shall we? Will it get more than 4? Will it get into a Hall of Fame? Will it get 4.4 and maybe get into our golden halls? Might even get legendary. Who knows? Let's find out then. Trish, we'll start with you. What's your rating out of 5?
4.
4. William.
4.5.
Dom.
4.
Pete.
4.5. Like Will. My boy.
Way. Simon.
4.
Wow. Well, I like the saxophone. 0.5. So there we go. So 0.5 for me. We will obviously drop my 0.5, which is which scored a very, very good 4.2. So well done to Rivers of Nihil. You are into the MPJ Hall of Fame. Didn't get quite in the Golden Hall though. Didn't make our top 50. Yeah, and we've rode 540 albums. This is joint 64th album of all time, which is pretty damn impressive, and currently our 15th favourite album of the year. year. So, and we've reviewed 77 albums so far this year. So there we go. So congratulations to River Nile. Thank you very much to my wonderful crew. Thank you to Simon, to Trish, to Will, to Dom, and to Pete. Thank you. Keep on rocking, everybody. Please hit the like and subscribe button. Let's double it again. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.